Without further ado, we've already kind of introduced him. Please welcome to the stage the winner from the season 12 of The Biggest Loser, Mesa's own, Mr. John Rhode. John, thank you for being here, man. Have a seat. Thanks for coming out. You know, they say the hardest thing to do is to follow good comedy. Thanks. It'll be easy after those 3 cards.
Yeah, that was cake. I was worried you were going to be funny.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we've got for John. Good to have you here, man. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Good to be here. Well, gosh, you look great, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, now what are we looking at here? This the original
Knuckleheads. Oh, that is the cast of season 12, Biggest Loser. Really interesting. You spend about 2 weeks at a very nice hotel, the Four Seasons, in Westlake Village, California. And you're sequestered to your room. You're not allowed to talk to anybody else. Someone will take you to the store if you need something. And we were doing a lot of tests and things. And then you go down and you take some photographs. And then they ask you to put on this funny little shirt with a 40 on it. And then they put you in with all these other people. And then they say, hey, you guys made the show. And then they snap the picture real quick. And the next thing you know, you're crying and sweating in the desert. Just like
That's how I spend most of my days, John.
Yeah. It is Arizona.
You know, if you wouldn't have said, put the number 40 on you, a lot of people wouldn't have even recognized you as, I mean, there's been a lot of changes.
You have no idea. I coach my son. Am I getting feedback?
Oh, yeah.
I coach my son, and so every Saturday we film the games. And so we watch the games afterwards, you know, make improvements and things. And as the camera pans back and forth, I keep seeing this man out there. I'm like, who is that? I still see myself as that guy in my mind. Wow. So when I see myself, you know, coaching, and it's me from the back, I'm to this day. And it's been 1 year, as of yesterday, it was 1 year that I won the show. And so it's been about 18 months since I started my journey.
Wow, 1 year anniversary yesterday for Mr. John Rhode.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Now let's catch up.
Yeah.
Catch up to where you are now. Are you from Mesa originally?
No, actually I'm from southeastern Washington State. My wife and I are both from an area called the Tri-Cities. From Kennewick, she's from Richland. We moved down here June of '99, and been here ever since, and absolutely love it.
Sure, why wouldn't you? This is
absolutely.
This is
and I was so worried too because my wife is very frail, and I thought, oh my gosh, Arizona, she's going to melt, she's going to die, and we've just thrived in the desert. I absolutely love it.
That's also so. Wow, it's the transformation. And if I ask you anything that
I'll just laugh.
Or smack me.
That's what I'll do.
Well. Now where are you in the process here? Is this when you started? No.
Yeah, this is like, we just did our little number 40 thing, and then they slap that black shirt on you after you figured out what team you're on. So, you know, we stay at the hotel, we're in the desert, helicopters, Bob Harper, Allison Sweeney, sweating, crying, running a mile, made the black team, back to the hotel for one last night, shower, put that on, take some nice pictures. Man, I'm huge. I hadn't, that number 40 shirt, I found it the other day in a box of stuff I kept in the closet because I don't think about it much. It's great, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I wouldn't change a thing. I'd do it again right this second. So I find this shirt, it's a 6X. So I got it hanging in my gym. And I got me and someone else standing next to me, and I got room. Wow. It's terrible. I was going to get a case to put it in, but they ran out of big flag cases, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
So what were you doing from 2009 until this transformation? What were you doing here in Mesa?
I was teaching at Desert Ridge High School, mostly disabled kids, and so I teach them science and math, and then I was coaching high school football, the freshman level and JV level.
Very cool. So did you have just an aha moment, as Oprah would say? What made you try out for the show, or did somebody suggest it? Or?
I'd tried out a couple different times, but it was always a half-hearted effort. And in 2008, when I first began teaching at Desert Ridge, they did a little contest, their little Biggest Loser contest. I took second, and someone from the English department beat me. You never trust the English department. And so he won $1,000, and I was like, man, that's so cool. And then, so I'd lost, I think I'd lost maybe 40 pounds. So I put the 40 back on, and then another 45 for good measure. And yeah, it was really sad. It was really sad. I started at 389. I got down to like 330, and then I bounced up in my highs. It was like 445.
Wow.
It was terrible. It was so bad. Like Just uncontrolled eating. I couldn't get any fatter. I'd kind of hit a saturation point. I could eat literally all day and I wouldn't gain any weight. I hit that point. I mean, I could eat what I wanted when I wanted and I wouldn't get any heavier. It was the weirdest thing.
Wow. So literally you lost half your body weight.
Yeah. Like if you want to be an accountant about it, it was like 44.94%.
Is that the same guy there?
Wow, I don't know who that guy is. Incredible.
You threw me off with the beards.
Yeah, well, I have this turkey neck from the loose skin. And also for makeover week, they like to see drastic changes. And it's kind of interesting, like I love to have my hair short. You see how short it is there and how short it is now. Before I go out, my wife's like, no, don't cut your hair. Well, I get out there, you're not allowed, for continuity reasons, you can't cut your hair. So it's awful. There'll be some pictures, I'll point them out. And it is just awful. My hair just grew and grew and grew and just out of control. So when I could do the beard, I was like, right on. They told me get ugly. I'm like, too late. So
okay, so on the left, is that when you're at the
445
and then 445 and the right?
225, yeah.
So you lost 220 pounds.
I did. I lost a middle linebacker.
Wow. Yeah. You lost Mike Picard.
Yes, I did.
What?
That's 220 is a big boy. You know, anybody brave here? 220 want to stand up, fellas? Really? Yeah. Nice.
Well, you know what?
I was carrying him around for like a decade.
Our friend Dale Gardner back there from Take Shape for Life always does this every month.
Yeah.
You know what this is? You know what this represents?
Pound of fat.
5 pounds.
5 pounds, sorry.
So you lost 44 of those.
Yes, I did.
Puts it all in perspective.
But I carried it well.
Yeah, really. I wouldn't have had you more than about 420 there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not a pound over 400.
Yeah. No, think about it. 44 of these, and that's phenomenal. So I know you don't like to dwell on it, but sometimes it's good to look back and kind of say, wow, what was a typical, the guy on the left, the guy in the black shirt,
yeah.
What was a typical breakfast for that guy?
One of 3 breakfasts.
Oh, you'd have 3?
Oh,
sure.
easy. Yeah. You know, it's simple. I mean, a lot of toast, okay, and then eggs. And so I'd get up, I'd eat something, and then I'd feed the boys, I'd eat with them, get everybody off on their way, and then, hit up a fast food joint, and those dollar sandwiches, those are the devil. I'm telling you right now. The dollar sandwiches will be the downfall of America. I kid you not, as far as weight loss. Now, productivity and, sales generation, revenue, they're fantastic, But if you want to become physically fit, if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, avoid, and if there's anybody from any of the fast food chains, deal with it. But it's nice though, because you see a lot of low carb options, which is great because, I can go to a place now and I can get something wrapped in lettuce and it's great. I started to watch the sodium and things like that, but there are options out there. But for me, that's breakfast. So lunch, I'd go to another drive-through and I'd get 6 of the dollar sandwiches because, they're cheap. And you have no idea the amount of food I would eat on a daily basis. I would go to a little Fresh and Easy on the corner by my house pretty much every day and get about $8 to $10 worth of candy and soft drinks.
Wow. So now, what's breakfast and lunch look like for you?
Oh yeah, it depends on what I'm doing, but a typical breakfast for me is going to be a whole egg and 4 egg whites, some salsa, a little bit of cheese, and then 2 cups of Greek yogurt, 9 ounces of berries. I can email you this later if you.
Yeah. No,
keep it coming. That's good. Keep it coming. Well, it's interesting too because your palate changes. Garden vegetables used to be my nemesis, and now I like them. I do. And then lunch is always like a lean meat. I love squash. I buy my meals from a guy who I'm into CrossFit now, and so I buy my meals from a guy called Zone Solutions who makes these paleo meals. It's lean meats, garden vegetables, fruits, things like that. And he's always got these really interesting meals that he prepares, and they're only about 500 calories, but it's so cool to see like noodles made out of a vegetable, and they really look like noodles. Yeah.
Well, it had to not only change you, but it changed your family.
Oh, it changed everyone in my circle of influence. I mean, it literally did. It's been the fastest year of my life. It's literally felt like maybe a month. It's been incredible. It's just, I have a running group, and so I ran 2 full marathons and I think 4 or 5 half marathons last year. We'll do it again this year. We're going to do Yuma in January. We'll do the Ragnar. We're going to do the Phoenix. But it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, What are your thoughts? I mean, you've got kids.
Yes, I do.
And a lot of these folks here have kids or grandkids. What are your thoughts about youth? I know on The Biggest Loser this year, I saw previews, they're going to have some kids on there.
Right, yeah, the rules are totally different, but they will have 3 teens on there, and they're not going to let the teens have the things happen to the grown-ups. Totally, I don't want people getting the wrong idea. The teens cannot be eliminated. The teens hopefully will not be part of any of the backbiting and the drama and the downside of it. Hopefully it'll all be positive. They're not there the whole time. They're there for a while, then they go back home, and they're there for a while and they go back home, which hopefully will be a benefit to them, because it's really interesting. It can be very traumatic for people being on the show. And, we don't want anybody to pity us or feel bad for us. It's just, it can be really traumatic for some people. And, I mean, imagine, if you will, if you were, say, I don't know, walking through Safeway and someone was to come up that you didn't know and rummage through your cart to see what you're buying. That might kind of throw you off, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A little. Weird. Yeah. But that's the nature of the beast. It really is. I mean, our lives are public now. People know more about me than my best friends knew. Because maybe a friend has this part and maybe a friend has this part of the puzzle, but no one had the whole puzzle until, it comes out.
It's really weird. I know this country's facing a big, I read a statistic, I'm not sure I got this right, but I think I read that in the United States now, 2 out of 3 people are now 4 out of 5 people.
And 1 out of 1 people agrees. No, it's incredible, isn't it, though, really?
Yeah, it is. It's bad. And you know what? Thanks for being a positive influence. I bet you we've got questions for John.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Absolutely.
I should have asked if you're up for this, but anybody got any
Go
questions?
ahead, ask me.
Yeah. Are you fine with people asking questions?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Sure. Are you fine with people rummaging through your grocery cart at Safeway?
I honestly am. I mean, it's fascinating. It really is.
One other question before I open it up, and be thinking of a question. Do you stay in touch with any of the other people that were
Yeah, some of them I
contestants?
do, yeah. It's kind of interesting. There'll be like these text message blasts that go out, from one contestant, and they'll put everybody on there. And then as people reply, it's mostly through text and Facebook. We do have our own private Facebook group, so we can go in there and talk to each other and say what we want, just express ourselves. And it's just really interesting. I mean, there's a 50-50 shot of a contestant putting the weight back on.
I was going to ask you if anybody's...
Oh, yeah. It's a 50-50 shot. Now, as far as my season, I don't know, because first off, I really don't care. It's not my business. I mean, if they need my help, I'm absolutely there for anyone ever, whether they're on the show or not, doesn't matter. But some people love to know how everybody's doing. They're really passionate about finding out, who put the weight back on, who did this, who did that. And to me, it's no big deal to me. I mean, if someone needs help, I'd love to help. I mean, we have about 8 to 10 former contestants here just in the Mesa area.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so
now I know you won a nice little prize for being.
I did.
And you turned around and invested that in
Trust CrossFit. We're just south of Falcon Field, and it's been one of the most amazing things in my life. There are moments where I panic, but there's also moments where I look around and I cannot believe that I'm getting to do this. I mean, honestly, we've been open since September 3rd. I don't think that I've worked a single day. I might be there 13, 14 hours a day, but I don't think I've worked a single day.
Oh, that's great. That's the key right there, my friend. So if somebody wants to come and see you at CrossFit, what can they expect? What's a workout?
It just depends. It varies, but we have a certain set of workouts that we do in the beginning, but we keep things constantly changing. Okay, there's no treadmills. There's no stair steppers, there's no ellipticals. We have rowing machines. That's the only machine we have. Everything else is free weights, ropes, kettlebells, jump ropes, pull-up rigs. And people think, I can't. We show people you can. We modify everything. It doesn't matter if you're a grandmother or if you're a professional boxer. CrossFit, the workout doesn't change. We just change how fast you move and how much weight you lift. So in the beginning, yes, people are sore, but it's more push-ups and sit-ups and jump rope and things of that nature until we get your body used to moving again. Everything's functional. There's no fluff. You don't just do something to do it. Everything you do is something that is realistic and happens in everyday life.
That's probably more time efficient then too.
Oh,
people don't have to spend hours in there. They can get a great workout in 45 minutes probably.
And we have a whole contingency of people that used to go to these certain gyms and they'd spend 2 hours there every day. And I have them in and out in about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and they're just stunned. They can't believe it.
That's great. Anybody got any questions for John? Either one of the Johns?
Oh, it's 4811 East Julep, Suite 110. So we're just south of Falcon Field. Instead of going north into Falcon Field, turn south. We have a nice little banner up there, and there's a little court on the end. Not that anybody knows where the court is up there. Separate those two things. Although we do get some interesting folks. You can tell when people are coming in to work out or if they're looking for the court. It's really cool.
I know a photographer here in Mesa that runs a lot. Do you ever see him out? No, I'm kidding.
He'd be off in the distance. I'd be behind.
So what's the goals? What do you want to be? I mean, hard to believe a year has gone by. Where do you want to be a year from now? Both.
How about right here?
We'd love to have you back. But I mean, how about just business-wise, personal-wise?
We're going to hit the break-even point about February, which is pretty amazing. I'll be inside of a year, which is great. For me, I just want to keep on touching lives. We've got close to 100 members now, and it's absolutely amazing how, through my experience, there's a certain amount of credibility that I have with people. We've been able to convince people that normally wouldn't come in and work out to come in and work out. I thought I was going to get a certain body type, like on the left, but I get every body type. I get every age. Sure. It's incredible, and I honestly know that I've been given a great gift, and if I'm blessed to be able to keep sharing and inspiring people and helping people, then that's my goal.
Well, I jokingly did 10 ways to avoid weight gain. Give us a couple of serious things that you would recommend.
You bet. Start your day with drinking a couple glasses of water. I mean, first thing, try and take some vitamins. Do your research to find out what vitamin works best for you. I use fish oil pills, and I try and eat a lot of fresh garden vegetables. Get a lot of my nutrients, through food instead of through a pill. But yeah, start with some water. Take good vitamins. Okay, plan out your meals. There's nothing wrong with planning your meals. I think when we fail is when we fail to plan. When we go to option B, it's fast food, isn't it always? And if you have your meals planned out, you're going to be more successful. If you have some certain rules, like if you don't want to eat chips, then don't have chips in your house. Yeah. I mean, come on, really? Seriously? Yeah. I don't know. I keep eating cookies. Stop buying them. How do it know? I don't know. He's like, this is brilliant.
Note to self.
Yeah. No have cookie, no eat cookie. Yeah. It's simple. But something else you can do, a strategy in the grocery store, is shop the perimeter. Okay, all the processed stuff's in the middle. If you shop the perimeter, you're going to hit the produce and you're going to hit the lean meats and things of that nature.
Had you thought about that? The grocery stores aren't accidentally set up the way they are. It's the perimeter. I hit the perimeter. You go fruits, and then usually liquor.
I always hang a left and go right for the pharmacy. I start with the pharmacy. But yeah, the liquor's on the perimeter in the back for a reason. That stuff ain't up front and easy to get at. Yeah, you got to fight for the booze.
Oh, that's cool. Well, give us another. Anybody got a question for? Oh, here we go, right up front.
What was harder for you?
For me, getting ready to do, to leave, to go, be away from my family, or to make the change. Right. Oh, it was absolute desperation. I was so desperate. Here I am, a high school teacher of emotionally disabled and a football coach. I know they take their clothes off on The Biggest Loser. I'm going to be up there shirtless at 445 pounds. You don't want to see it. You just don't. And it's incredible because you get that desperate. You're like, all right, let's do this. And that's exactly what it was. It was just desperation. I mean, I had lost weight. I can lose weight like anybody's business. Boy, I can gain weight like anybody's business. I did that whole roller coaster that people talk about. I rode that thing for years, and I was a three-legged table. Okay, I was missing a component. And then the show, Bob Harper, helped me with that component, and it was the emotional issues. That's the kicker. That's what was missing. And I don't have all the answers, but I'll tell you what, I got more fight in me than I ever thought I had. And so I'll work through any issue that comes up. There's something that I used to teach my students, and now I teach it to anyone that walks into my gym, and I learned it myself when I was out in California. I can't take away anyone else's problems, but what I can do is I can strengthen them. And maybe I can't change everything in my life that's wrong, but I can become stronger. So if someone's going to lift weights, 250 pounds will always weigh 250 pounds, but I can make you so strong you can throw that 250 pounds around like it's nothing. So that's not going to change, but I can change you if you're ready.
So when people are truly ready for that change, that's when you become unstoppable because you find your true motivation. Weight loss, that's the easy one to go to. If you come to tell me that you want to lose weight so you can fit in skinny jeans, we're done talking. Go buy a video, go do your little P90X, go do your insanity. God bless you. You need to go. But if you want to do something, you want to live longer, you want to have a more active life, you want to give to others, I don't know, anything but like some sort of a cosmetic, you're ready. And then when it's tough, you know, when it's that time for that 5:30 workout, you don't want to get up. You'll remember that. You'll remember your true motivation, and you'll get up and you'll go. It might not be pretty, but you'll go bang it out and get on with your day.
Wow, it's pretty cool. Yeah, there you go. I noticed here we have something in common. It says you're currently working on your first book.
Yeah, it's a struggle. It really is.
Oh, you're writing one.
Yes. Yes. I already saw Dick and Jane run.
I'm still working on my first book. What's it going to be about? I'm guessing it's going to be how to go from the black shirt guy to the red shirt guy. When's it going to come out?
Yeah, I really don't have a release on it yet, but it's really hard to write. It's way more difficult. It's so funny because when your stuff's portrayed on TV, you don't really have a choice. It's just going to get shown, you know, live at 5. But then when you have to sit down and you have to go through it again, it's difficult sometimes. I think the most difficult thing is when you hit something that is so personal, so raw, so real, because we have all of these different facades that keep us safe and protect us. You know, growing up, I used humor when I was the little fat third grader. If I made fun of myself better than you ever could, then you couldn't destroy me because, haha, I already made a funnier joke than you ever could. That's how I became funny. But it protected me. But it was just a facade. So I would use humor to hide my shame of being fat. And the last kid picked, you know, and all those things that, you know, that the fat kids have to go through. And I say fat kids because I was one. You don't have to be PC, you know. It's sad,
Yeah.
you know. It's just sad.
Well, you know what? Coming from Washington, where the weather is less than ideal to here, I mean, we really, and I'm saying this more for myself than anybody else, we really don't have an excuse to not be out. There's Mesa and Arizona in general has so much opportunity. Get out, hike a trail, ride a bike.
Oh, walking has always been free.
Yeah.
Always. Always. We're going to slash prices on walking. You know? I mean, really.
I think we all ought to walk to John's gym and join their CrossFit. So I can't thank you enough for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We're proud of you.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you. Seriously.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.